Hello, everyone. So we are back, and we will continue. It's well, I thought it was Gail, but apparently it's just a Sledge. So it is Sledge and Sweet Lips, and so we are back, and we will continue on with our topic of what are we teaching our children today? What is going on? And if you caught the first program, we spoke about how we as parents encourage, we encourage our children's, because some have more than one, bad behavior. There are a lot of reels or just videos on social media showing parents that are encouraging the children's bad behavior at 2, 3, 4, and so I want to say from 2 on up, because it really, one, they're not quite comprehending as well the way they comprehend when they are 2 years old and understand. Hit them, push them, we just have to do better. I just think as parents, you have to do better when it comes down to raising your children, because when you encourage your child to be violent or show violence towards another child, even though that child may be anywhere from 2, I want to say maybe 2 through 5, then that child, when it is older, they start displaying violence, from bullying to wanting to get older and start spraying up the school. And I just think that as a parent, you need to take a little more responsibility for your child's actions. And like I said, my thoughts on it is, if your child is caught doing something and there is evidence that you were encouraging that child at any young age, then you need to be charged. Because if we start holding the parents accountable just a little more, I don't believe that there'll be a lot of bullying in the schoolhouse. There wouldn't be bullying. I mean, not even outside. The blatant disrespect that these younger, when I say younger, I'm talking now of 12 and up.
Sometimes younger than that.
Yeah, the disrespect that they
10
have.
10 years old, 9 years old. Got a mouth on them.
Right, because I was looking at the news there in New York, and it was the teenagers, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and the way they're out there beating those senior citizens up is ridiculous.
And I know, some people gonna think, has a lot to do, or where you live, ghetto and all that, and the poor neighborhoods. We were born and raised in poor neighborhoods. It still was nothing like that.
No.
It still was. When stuff like that went on, it has to do more with the parents than the kids. Because no matter what, you can be born in the most worst neighborhood of all, and yet you be so disciplined and have respect because that's what your parents taught you. It ain't got nothing to do with where you live and what hood you're from. It's what your parents teach you.
Exactly.
At home.
Exactly.
It's just like I said, I don't care what goes on outside my door. In here, we're gonna learn some respect. Exactly. And when you leave here and go outside that door, it's gonna be the same way. I don't care what your friends do. I know what you better not do.
Exactly.
It starts at home, no matter what.
Exactly.
It got nothing to do with where you live. No, it really, truly don't. It really, truly, truly don't.
Exactly. And when you, to me, when you sit there and you display that type of behavior, then that's a learned pattern, and then that child replicates or duplicates, imitates what it is that you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, we just need, I don't say, well, I keep saying we, because the days of anything coming from me and I said I pushed it, no, that day's done. It's over. What parents need to do is slow down, especially these new parents. These new parents are the worst. Like, I've seen the video of, and I want to say a lot of these parents, these younger parents today, they look at the recording artists in Hollywood, the ones in Atlanta, and then they try to imitate that life. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I want to be like Rihanna. I want to be like this person. I want to be like that person.
We do want to say and be clear. We're not saying all young parents. Not all, we ain't painting the whole brush like, yeah, no, there are some that just the way they are.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Because, you got some young parents that are very, very responsible. And like I said, it starts at home. The way that they were raised is what they're doing. So we're not gonna say, oh, paint a whole brush like, oh,
right.
The ones that know the ones that sit up there with that mentality, you know what I mean? That, teaching their kids all the negative things, those are the ones we're talking about. Those
right.
Because as a parent, you young parents, I seen it. Y'all sit down there and carry on in front of your little young kids with the mouth and all the surroundings y'all have and all this old fast track life. Your kids see that. And then they imitate the same thing they see you doing.
And then they go to the schoolhouse, and someone that's trying to raise their children with a little respect and morals, they descend on them like some vultures with their angry selves, because they are angry, because they just don't understand how to make that transition from, I can be at home and we over here, we fight and we cussing each other out, police at the door 99 times in one day, and now I'm supposed to go to school where someone is saying, sit here and don't move until it's lunchtime or recess. And I have to do this for hours, to where I'm at home and I'm running amok and I'm being encouraged to do it.
And because you have these parents that sit around here and you do what you do, the way you act in front of your kids, they go to school and do that. And all of a sudden, because the kid that was brought up nicely in the right way, all of a sudden he's soft. He a punk because he was like, no. He was brought up the right way. You need to check your child.
And yourself.
That's how that goes.
Exactly.
And there's plenty of kids that go to school, they just want to have fun.
Exactly.
They don't want to deal with little bullies and everybody sitting around in this kid. And the worst of all, the young ones that sit there cussing out their mouth. Oh man, you can't tell me F. It's like, where the heck you get?
Right.
Those are the ones and the parents that we're talking about.
Exactly.
Because when you drop your kid off and you're going to work or whatever, you're at school, you want your kid to have fun. Come home and talk about a great day they have. Not come and talking about who was bullying them, who don't hit them and all that. It's like, what? The first thing you think as a parent is, what kid is this? What are they learning at home? Like what?
Exactly.
And we can't blame the teachers all the time.
Exactly.
They didn't raise that child. They just got to deal with it. And they trying to find a way to deal with it. And some of them be talking to the parents, and the kids weren't there with the parents, loose at the lip. And then you see, oh, that's where they get it from.
Exactly. Or you have the parents that not only are they violent, but they are sitting there teaching their children derogatory words towards another race. They sit there and they know and they are taught what it is to call someone out of their name based on their race. And then that child, just one second, we do have the air show. Listen to the issue. Listen to it. If you see a plane come crashing down, it was the issue. But they teach their kids how their race is more superior to another race. Or they teach their children that because it's publicized so much that if they see a child with a darker skin tone and have an accent and they teach them that they come from the border, so they're on a lower totem pole than you are. That right there, it is taught at home. It is taught. The world would not be in this predicament with racism going on if it was not taught at home. They learn it at home. Then they bring it out into the streets. And then when someone stops them, now is this whole big old, because they did this and they did that, and they said this and they said that. And let me tell you something. When I say it, I'm not saying it to a specific race. I'm saying it to all, because everybody is practicing hatred and racism, and then they bring their child out and they forget to say to their child, if you're going to say the words, have the hands behind it. And they don't have the hands behind it because they were not taught to sit there and use their hands after their mouth open up, and then somebody else teaches them that on the outside.
Yeah, because when we grew up, we didn't know nothing about none of that.
Yeah, you wasn't even allowed.
First, we didn't know nothing about the color of the skin, this race, that was never mentioned in our household when we grew up.
Right.
Never. We went out there and we just had fun with kids.
Right. And we didn't know nothing about it because
it didn't make a difference.
Because
skin
of
color,
the
nothing like that. We
relatives.
were just having fun with kids. That's it.
You know, there was Jewish, there was Koreans, there were Puerto
We had a mix
Ricans.
of everything.
It was everybody. So
Everything.
you see, you was
We didn't
always
care. We didn't care.
used to it. But then you would go outside away from where you live, and that's where you would experience the racism. But, you know, coming up, when we were coming up, like I never recognized what racism was.
Yeah,
like it
I
was,
didn't
didn't
know
see
about
it.
that period at all. Like, because I never heard nothing about it.
Right.
I mean, no one ever spoke. I never knew nothing about that.
We
at
didn't
all.
know. We
Not
didn't
one
know
bit.
what it
It didn't make a difference to me at all.
meant to be discriminated because of your skin.
I say because we have friends, all race and creed and color. It was our friends. We didn't worry about who they was or what.
Because we weren't taught that.
No, I didn't care about. Even now, as an adult, I'm still the same way.
Exactly.
I don't care about that. That don't bother me one
Exactly.
bit.
Exactly.
It just don't. It just don't.
And the sad part about it all is, you know, in this world today, life's already hard for a child.
Yeah.
When you have an adult approach a child in a racial overtone,
that's different.
then you know what I mean? You are out of line.
Yep.
When you, like I seen this video, and I think it was like Elmo, and Elmo was hugging all the Caucasian kids, but when the little African American child was standing there, he was looking like, you know, she got poop on her or something.
Yeah, I seen,
and it's
the
like,
dad was like, "Hey, you gonna give her a hug?"
what's going on here?
Yeah,
Like, why?
yeah.
Why would you as a grown person display that type of ignorance in a public place, and you think somebody's not going to call you out for it?
Yeah, that's why you should never have no talk or anything whatsoever about racism around your child, because then they think it's because when you do that and you make that mistake, you paint a broad brush like all of them are like no.
Right.
Every individual is different. Every individual. We're gonna say it don't happen, but every individual. That don't mean every individual is different.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it. And when your kid come across something like that, then you sit down and explain it to them. Then you sit down and teach them the right from wrong. Like, look, that may be this child that did that, but that ain't got nothing to do with that one. Not everybody's the same. So don't worry about that and just go have fun. This is that. They don't want to play with you because the different color of your skin, that's their problem, not yours.
Exactly.
That's
And it's
That's it.
hard. It really is hard for a child to process that, especially when they don't understand why that is coming from an adult that they are taught to respect. It's almost like the teachers are failing the children because they're racist. And you don't know that this teacher is a racist until there's an incident. And then you realize not only is the teacher a racist, but the principal's a racist. So now your child is acting different because they're on the fence because they were never taught how to deal with it. And the only ones that really know how to deal with it is the ones that's taught the violence at home. Now they're going to get out there and they're going to give these teachers, police officers, they're going to give them a run for their money. It's going to cost you money in the end in court fees, but those are the children that know exactly what to do because they're taught it at home. So with our children being our future, you know, as parents, you need to think about building your child a better future because this world is so wicked. And a lot of these children of color, you teach them the wrong way. And when they get out there, then they are stopped by a certain race and they are treated so bad because they want to look at your child as if your child is a problem, but you cannot be, I want to say, an authoritative figure and let your ignorance show by violating somebody else's child.
I agree with that.
You cannot do that, and that is wrong. And so if you're in a classroom teaching, if you hold any type of badge, then you need to be held accountable and you need to be in training at least once a year because these fools forget that these are children, but they have some children at home.
I agree. Sister's preaching. Sparkle. She know.
I'm just saying what I see.
I agree. And you know, as a parent, you do get shocked because when your kid, and we have a tendency of parents to come home and express certain things towards has to do with race. We don't believe it's happening because we went, especially if it's in school, we be like, no, this is that. And then when you go and speak to a teacher or whatever, you take their word, like, I figured this, that. And after a while, you realize, you say to yourself, hey, you know what? My child ain't lying. This is really happening.
The videos come out.
It's like, I actually thought that maybe they was making this up because you don't want to believe that this is really happening in a damn school with kids. And you be like, this is real. Now you have to sit down and explain to your child and apologize to your child. Now you ain't, because it's like, now I have to go to school and I have to deal with this.
Right.
And it's like, you know what?
It's the world. It's the world
that
we live in, and we have to make the changes.
When it comes to the color of the skin and all that. Right. Certain things that may be going on as adults. That's our problem, not the kids. Not the kids. That's our problem.
Don't bring a child into it.
Don't bring the child. Don't talk about it around your kid because they get the wrong impression. And then that little don't make a difference. Let's see, Caucasian, it don't make a difference. Whatever race is, little friend they have. Now they don't want that friend no more because what they just heard at home. And it's like, that ain't got to do with the kids.
Right.
That ain't got to, so why you just like, no. Right. You keep that's prayer. That's on you.
You have to do better.
You have to do better. Let them go and have fun. Let me tell you, I have seen, I can say I made that mistake because I don't. Because like I said, I don't see color, skin. That doesn't make a difference to me. But sometimes it's that one that you thinking like, okay, well, because of the color of their skin and blah, 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 blah. Be the same one that saved your life. It'll be the same one that saved your life. And you be like, oh, I thought they all. Yeah, you thought they all. There's no, everybody is different. Everybody's different.
Exactly. But we just have to do better because to me, the moment you lay down and have that child and you push that child out, you owe your child a chance. You owe your child a chance.
that I agree with. Yes, you do.
So it's like, we need to stop. We ain't gonna say we. Parents need to stop pushing these children out and acting like they're dolls. Oh, I'm gonna dress them. I'm gonna put them in the flyest shoes, and they need to wear the more expensive Jordans and the more expensive pants. And your child is a hellion. They're hell raisers. And then you set these angry, well-dressed children out your door. Wait for the plane.
Kind of remind me back in the days, this is like people would say.
Let that plane pass. Okay.
People would say that your child dressed nice, nice, expensive, everything on, but yet dumb as a bag of nickels. Dumb as a bag of nickels, and so
Corn
disrespectful.
Nuts. Corn nuts.
Yeah.
And be looking down at themselves too.
Yeah. Like I got the fly. So yeah,
don't step on my shoes.
Yeah,
and people, they do it. They do it. You know what else is crazy this day and time that I'm seeing? These young females that want to go and jump in these men, boys, teenagers' faces, and you throw that first punch or slap or whatever. Don't you ever, in this day and time, think that what was going on yesteryears, that you don't put your hand on a female. Baby, times have changed, and you need to teach your daughters their place. Because when you jump in a man's face and you confront them as if you was a man, they're going to deal with you like a man.
And you teach our kids. I'm going to say it because people would say like, oh well, but you teach your son not to put his hands on the female. Yes. People teach. Yes. But you also, female or male, either way you want to go. You also teach them to protect themselves. I don't want my sister and then some women come along and just go slap them up like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, what are you supposed to do? Stand there and keep taking it? But if he defend himself, he's not wrong. And vice versa. Everybody, no matter who you are, male, female, everybody keep their hands to themselves.
Exactly.
You can talk all you want.
Do you guys love the plane sound? Welcome to the air show.
You can talk all you want, but you keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands to yourself.
For you women, be safe out there. Stop running off at the mouth at these men because you don't know some nut that's not. Look, just go about your business.
Right. And teenage girls, parents, not mother, not father, parents, both, teach your daughters some self-respect, because a lot of them are out here. The crimes that's being committed by young teenage girls, like how did and why are our teenage girls, I don't care what color you are, but you know that majority of them, I want to say, from what I've seen in certain areas, happen to be African American girls. Teach your child to close her mouth and stop traveling and pack like animals. I am so tired of seeing these videos with these young girls just going up to random people on a train, running their mouths and throwing the first blow. We have to teach. No, I ain't gonna say we because I taught mine already. You have to teach your daughters to carry themselves with some respect and to respect situations. If things don't look like it's going right, leave. There is a time, when something is about to happen. Everybody in the school is talking about it. And when and you hear your child, listen to conversations. And when you hear that conversation, oh, so and so say they won't fight me, whatever. Hey, no, what's going on here? Because I need to call a meeting with the principal because hey, look at here, XYZ is going on, and my child says she's being threatened. Address it, address it, address it. Because these females out here are so aggressive and angry, and we need to get down to the bottom of it.
And if you see it, if you know your child is like that, and it's all over, and you even see your child in the middle of something like that, correct that when they get home. Don't act like it's okay and it's like, oh, that's fine. You supposed to be like, okay, oh, that looks like my. Wait till she get home. Oh,
right.
Boy, I'm gonna put it on. Wait till she. Some parents today, especially some of you young, you're going like, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay.
Right.
Correct that.
Right. And when you correcting it, do not correct it from a point of anger.
Nope.
Because when you display that anger and you project that anger onto your child, now this child is angry. That child is going to go outside and project that anger onto somebody else's child.
Yes, Sister Sledge. But then there's the other side of this topic. Here we go. Yet, as a parent, I know, and I won't speak from if it was me. Would never be me. My kids like that, thank God. I see my kid on television in some old little crowd and some little gang and doing all this old crap they do. Oh, believe me, first thing, I ain't gonna think about holding back no anger. I'm gonna pray to the Lord. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna put it on you as soon as I see you. We'll discuss afterwards. Because as a parent, I'm gonna keep it real. You know, that's how we was raised. That's how your parent ain't thinking about, oh, I'm supposed to be. Boy, I'm gonna be furious. And then when you get home, you best believe the only thing I'm thinking about is just biting my lip, and you gonna get it. What else do you do? That's the real reaction of a parent that love their kid and can't believe I ain't raised my kid like you. When you get in this door, boy, right. That's what you gonna think.
Because they're gonna play follow the leader. Everybody just, well, we gonna go together. We going over there. We gonna knock on her door and jump up.
I remember seeing online. Everybody gonna think that when this man with his son out there being a bully, fighting and being disrespectful, acting like he was some old gangbang like everybody else. Put the gloves on, give his son gloves, and told him, so you think you're a gangbanger? You're tough now, huh? You're a bully. And put hands on him. That's what you're supposed to do. And the kid stood there, lost him. And then the dad afterwards told him, that ain't you. What you out there trying to act like that's how you are? I ain't raised you like that. You ain't no gangbanger. You ain't something. What are you doing? And the kid had no answer. He knew his dad was right. And he told him from there on, I don't want to see you hang with them no more. Oh, when I don't want, because then that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. Because you do have these kids that's pretending and want to fit in. You don't need to fit in with that crap. That's right. No, you don't need to fit in with, no. Be you. You don't need to fit in with them. I don't care if they think you're soft and it's not. Let them think whatever they want to think.
Right.
Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a bright future. They probably won't. They probably won't even last that long if they keep going the way they're going. That's right. And you will look back and say, wow, I remember. Ooh, I'm glad I ain't followed it. There you go. You can't peer pressure. That's a word I'm looking for. Every kid, so many kids I want to be. And then here's another thing too for you parents and you young ones out there. If you know what someone's doing is wrong and you're right there in the middle of it, or you even know, take your behind somewhere else. Because here's the thing. Nowadays, when you get locked up, everybody do. They don't want to hear about, well,
that's right. They charging everybody.
Everybody. And you think your parents working hard got time to come up with this little money to bail you out of something that you were just standing there? That's right. It's like the first thing they're going to do is put hands on what you even got doing there at all. Bring your behind home.
Exactly.
And don't be another thing too that gets me. See, system got me started. I get tired of seeing all the time everybody standing around and watching these girls fight, watch all this hair, and they just standing there.
And a lot of men, a lot of boys, a lot of males are there watching and encouraging.
We ain't even talking about grown folks. I'm talking about kids, 15, 12, 13, and just sit. You think that's cool? You think that's cool?
Because and they yelling world star.
When you turn around here and you put yourself in that situation that had nothing to do with you, when something goes wrong these days and time, everybody want to get up there shooting up and this and that. Your parents got to worry about you and then sitting around like, and the first thing they say is like, what are you even doing there? I got to let you have it for that. Oh, well, what you even doing there? I seen you on there. Oh, I was just standing with my friend. I don't want to hear that peer pressure. Look, forget what someone thinks or how they feel about you. You know who you are. Get away from that. I did. Growing up, I was never, and I want to say one thing too. I never, ever, ever had that type of friends. Ever.
No.
Certain things that my friends would do, and we all grow up kids doing little dumb things. They would never sit around here and say, hey, you want to, they already know. Don't even ask. They don't even worry about it. They ain't be like, oh, well, we ain't hanging with you tomorrow. You a punk. I never had, because those ain't no real friends. No. Those is not no real friends. No. Realize that.
Right.
Those are not no real friends. Because real friends wouldn't put you in harm's way or want you to even be in that type of situation.
Exactly.
They'll tell you, take your behind home. We'll see you tomorrow.
And another thing, I'd like to just mention with these parents about teaching their children respect. There's so many videos out there on social media that's being uploaded about a child standing there when the teacher say open the books and they don't have a bad day, they didn't watch you fight your man the night before, or somebody had got high and they acting a fool, and teachers say turn to page whatever, then the next thing you know, your child out here turning over desks and taking a swing.
Yeah, I want to say, sister, for those out there, listen, one, it's our opinion. Please give me our opinion, our experience. And I know y'all probably saying, because us black folks have a tendency of doing that. We see black like, and them two acting like their upbringing was probably, our upbringing was rough. Our upbringing was a whole lot that you can think of growing up in certain neighborhoods. But when we say, and I guarantee you, things that we did not do, we didn't do it because we didn't have those type of parents, and we didn't have those type of friends that had those type of parents.
It was just not allowed. It's
ever. I mean, never have we done bad things when we were young. Yeah, stupid things that kids do, but we're blessed to this day because thank God the way we were raised, we raised our kids with respect. They know from young how to respect adults from all the way up to now. And we're thankful for that.
Right.
But we thankful because of the simple fact that the way our parents raised us.
Right.
And they spared nothing. Because when you gonna get it, you gonna get it. Whatever come out your mouth better be correct.
That's right.
And we did the same thing. So we're grateful. And we can say it because we honestly have great kids. Yeah. Our kids ain't sitting around here doing it. We were lucky and blessed that way.
Right.
Because we didn't hesitate when they did. They knew it. They knew what they was getting. So I'm just letting y'all know this is coming from our heart. We will put it on our kids. We ain't sitting here like we was some great, nah. When they need to get it, they was going to get it.
Yeah. And it's not even a fact of talking down. It's just like acknowledge when your child display any type of anger issue.
Yes.
Get that child some help. You owe it. Don't sit there and be thinking, well, I don't have the money. The insurance don't cover. Find some insurance that's going to cover counseling. Tell the school you need counseling. Go to a church, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful because even in church, everybody touching where they shouldn't be touching, and you have to protect your child. You have to teach your child. You have to offer your child the moment you decide that you're going to have that child. You should right then and there want your child to have a bright future.
And we're not telling you not to discipline your kids. We got no right to. We ain't even saying all that. Hey, you're the parent. You know what you need to do and what you don't need to do. That's on y'all. That's totally on you. So I just want y'all to know out there. I mean, we not talking about, well, don't discipline your kids. Hey, we would never tell you that. That's on you.
I believe in disciplining when you're taking things away. I myself, because I was disciplined physically, I don't believe in it. I myself just don't. I don't believe in it. I don't. There are ways.
I agree with you to that point because I have my, my little points too, but I don't agree with it. But there came a time or two, you know what I mean? When
but every battle is not you have to pick and choose your battles, the ones that really are of great concern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to me, when you kind of speak with a level head to your child is going to respond. If you discipline or you're talking in an aggressive manner, that is what your child is looking for to respond to. So if someone goes, sit down with you, can you please open up your book? They don't know what like, you're so soft, like, what do I do? But if they sit down and go, open that book right now and go to it, and they be like, okay, because that's what they're used to.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't put that on your child.
Side again, Sister Sledge, that one. Here's my take. There comes time when I learn that you don't want to put hands on your child, but as a parent, your look and your voice says a lot. You don't have to. You can look at your child and say, did not tell you.
Yeah,
they just know that right there without all that means. And then you ain't got to worry about. You ain't got to worry about none of that no more. They know, and that's when you know as a parent. Okay, I got this down sitting just right. They know I ain't even gotta come out here with no strap, no belt. My voice say it all. Even if you walk, I remember you could walk into the school. Your kid don't did wrong. You just looking at them and be like, they already know. They already know. So there's ways because sometimes you're right. Some people discipline in a different way, but then after a while, you do be like, I don't want to keep doing that.
Right.
So then sometimes you gotta snatch them up a little bit, talk to them that way. They get it. You be like, okay, well, just not. Hey, it worked for me. It worked for me.
And another thing that we need to teach our children, because the sad reality of it all is that there are so many coming up missing.
Yeah.
We have to, and it's almost like it's every day your child gets up and your child get ready to leave that door. You have to just pound that in their head. Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Stop going on to these social medias answering strangers.
Yeah.
Stop sitting over there talking about, oh, so and so, I met him and I'm gonna go hang with him. No, you're not. Because if he's not from the block, and if it's not someone that done passed through this door, passed through this, no, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, right.
Because a lot of our teenage girls are being picked up, sex trafficked. We have to find a way, and it needs to be taught in school. You have to be careful of your surroundings. You pull a car pull alongside of you, instead of recording a fight, record. record, show the license plate. If you see a stranger that's approaching you, you are to back up. Back up. I seen this video of this little girl, and she was like walking in the alley. First of all, your child do not belong walking in no alley. All the way up until a child is 12, 13 years old. It's your job to walk that child to school and back. I don't understand this new wave thing. The times are different. It's not the way it used to be. How many times have you seen that a child is standing there, not even so many feet away from their door, waiting for the bus or somebody just gonna jump out and try to snatch them? We have to teach our children to walk where there is a lot of people. It just so happened that there was a camera that caught the little girl walking, and a car pulls up, and the guy gets out the car to approach the girl, and by the grace of God, this dog came out of nowhere and started barking and growling and just lunging towards the guy, and the guy got in the car, and the little girl, she froze and she started backing up. We need to teach our children, when that situation happens, open your mouth and you scream. You scream as loud as you possibly can. But for the parents that have to work and then you say your child to go, no, try to carpool or make sure that your child is never walking alone, because these predators are out there.
Yeah, that's the hard part, because you're right. You do have parents that have to work and be like, well, I can't take my child to school all the time because I can't keep being late for work and I don't want to lose my job, which is understandable. But then, try to find a way with that they could go within a group. Because in most cases, there are kids that all go to the same school, live in the same neighborhood. So they go as a group. You know what I mean? Y'all can go as a group together, and I feel, because, shoot, man, I mean, these days, wow. I mean, I think parents are brave, and I think it's a lot. I know this day and time, I couldn't let my child walk to school alone. Oh no, it's like I am too paranoid. Like no way. Like no. Shoot, back then I barely would do it. But then when we did back then, my kids were growing up, and there was a group going together. You know what I mean? And then if there wasn't, then I'd just take them. You know what I mean? I couldn't. You know what I mean? That's hard. That's
jobs
really
need to be a little more lenient.
Yeah.
It needs to be a law that you have to allot a parent. And then the schools need to provide a before and after school program at a affordable rate to where you don't have to even worry about well, how am I going to work, because I need to work in order to take care of my child. But then, my child, especially a female, is walking to school down an alley. Like, that is the first no. But, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not going to say I'm pretty sure, I think and I believe that incident was in another country, because the writing was not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
when you're just looking at the
school
whole surrounding thing.
Programs is a good thing too,
you have to make that affordable.
Yeah, they always say that it's hard with the after school programs because this is not.
Yeah, all these budget cuts. Watch who you put in office.
Here's my take on that, people. You could afford an after school program and put more money into it if you stop fixing roads 1,000 times and fix it the right way the first time. All that money keep going in these roads. I mean, where is it going?
Yeah, infrastructure.
You fix the same roads 5 times. Half of that can go to these school projects, after school programs.
Because those are the programs that they're cutting first. That's the sad part about it.
The same roads over and over again.
Those are the programs that they're taking away. The programs that these parents need to help them take care of their children. And, that I want to stress. Like, sometimes when I even see these young kids, younger than the one that happened, look like she can be somewhere between 8 and 10. But when you just see these young kids, 5 and 6 year olds, walking each other to school, get out that bed and go take your kid to school. Or ask your neighbor. But you know what? If we were a lot kinder to each other, then people would offer. But watch who you offer, because
That's true.
you don't even know. You don't even know, because really at the end of the day, you can't trust the teacher. You can't trust the principal. You can't trust the pastor. You can't trust the preacher. You know what I mean? Life is hard.
And at school, when you got, some of these police officers at the school, when things still be happening, how about putting more than just one cop there? He can't be in both places, in the back of the school, the side of the school. Half of them ain't doing nothing. Put 3 or 4 of them over there. I mean, come on. I mean, that's what taxpayers are paying for. I mean, how you expect one cop to do a whole school? That ain't gonna happen.
And stop with
Put
these
more than
budget
that.
cuts. Watch
Yeah.
who you putting on.
Put more cops over there at the school. That's something we owe. I remember back in the neighborhood talking about how cops used to walk the beat half the time in the neighborhood. How about doing some of that some more in some of these neighborhoods? That'd be pretty cool.
Exactly.
They could use some
And on the
exercise.
flip side, hey, teachers out there, keep your hands off of people's kids. And that's another thing I'm tired of looking at social media, and
Yeah.
you just see grown people, sitting over here abusing people's young. I watched this video, and the school, the teacher, the little boy looked like he was 3 years old or something, and he went running down the hallway, and the teacher went, knocked him down, picked him up by the feet, upside down, and carried. That's not your child. That's not your child. And if it was your child, you would have no right doing that to your own child.
Yep. And stop calling cops on kids 8 years old, 7 years old. I seen that too. Because the kid was all very verbal. You won't call a kid. Then you got a cop snatching up an 8-year-old kid. What the heck is that?
And a lot of them, they had different disabilities. When you know that your child is having a disability, your school and your staff should be equipped to handle that child. Call that child's parent.
And we know it's hard being a teacher these days. It ain't easy with some of these disrespectful kids. We get it. But for those that has the discipline to know how to handle kids, great. For those that don't, do something else.
Keep your hands off of other people's kids.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, what I am seeing is that the teachers, these grown, you know what, ASS people are sitting there snatching up these 3-4-year-olds.
Yeah.
You sitting there, that is abuse.
Yeah.
That's abuse all day.
Yeah.
And all of this, oh, well, he's no longer working here. No, what about the charges? Because you for sure would be charging the parents with abuse.
Oh, definitely. And when you say, just to put it this way, when y'all say he's no longer working here, we know how that works.
You just sent him to another
He's
school.
at another school. Come on. What good is that? So now he's somebody else's problem over there, so it's supposed to be fine over here. It's like, come on, we can do better. We really, like
we
I
have
said,
to do better by our
being
children.
a teacher is hard. And then I know you teachers, and I know them. They say, well, we get them some of the disrespect. We get that too. We get that. And some of those parents, yeah, I understand when you just kick the kid out of school. Yeah, I would. Especially a kid that's totally disrespectful. And there's no goodness in sight. And the parent ain't helping nothing. Get rid of them. Let them go to somewhere else.
Let them go to school at juvenile hall, because that's what they want. That's what they're heading at anyway.
There's no need for everybody. All the other kids are suffering because this little body. Get rid of them.
And get your child some help.
Yeah.
It is okay. It is okay. You should not be ashamed to say, oh, well, so-and-so is in counseling. First of all, you don't owe no one an explanation of what's going on with your child unless your child violated their child. But outside of that, worrying about what somebody going to think, like, hey, look, I think they canceled the Maury show, so you can't take them there anymore. But what we saying is our children are our future. And what I am saying is the moment you lay down unprotected and you decide to keep that child, you owe, listen, look at my lips, you owe that child a childhood without the violence and the drugs. Just there in the Bronx, there was a daycare center, and that daycare center, a child died there, and that child was exposed to, I believe they said it was fentanyl. Watch where you put your kids. Watch where you put your baby. And I think that baby was 1.5 years old or 2 years old. How do you call a parent and say, oh, well, something happened to your child? Oh, I picked my child up from daycare and the child, he sleeps, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. Next thing I know, my child is not responding. What is going on in this world today?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Guys, hey, this is Sledge and Lips. And so we thank you for allowing us to share this. This is our opinion.
Yes.
And like I said, it is called To the Point for a reason. We're going to get to the point and let's talk about it. We will talk about it. We need to do better, young parents. And for the parents that have children or young adults that have their children young, be there to support. But for the children that come from violent households, and that your parent wasn't even there for you, then you are not to allow your parent. Why would you go and take your child to someone that taught you violence? We have to be careful and we have to use critical thinking, okay? Critical thinking. Guys, start. It's not everyone that go to church is a goody-goody, and that's not what I'm saying, but build your foundation around something outside of the street, okay?
Yeah.
So that is Melvin and Gail, and thank you for allowing us to share our thoughts. Guys, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. I don't know what I am going to do with him.
We love y'all out there. Be safe.
Yeah, be safe. Be safe.
And love your family and your kids.
Yes, your children are your future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. I don't even remember who sang it, but that is what the song said. Okay. No, Whitney sang it after somebody else. That wasn't hers.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, but hey, take care. Take care. Take care of your children. Keep them safe. Teach them little techniques to keep themselves safe from these predators. Yes, from the predators out there riding in cars and walking along and offering them candy. It seemed like that's an old school move, but they still using it today. Keep our children safe. Teachers, stop trying to fight kids that's 3 and 4 years old, okay? Keep your hands off of people's children. Young adults, stop going to school thinking that it's a wrestling ring, attacking these